Hey, this is Devin with Cast Gear. Today we're going to be tying a black patch rubber legs in a size 6. First step is we're going to take some .025 lead wire, wrap it up the hook shank towards the eye. Just kind of build ourselves a good underbody, as well as adding some weight to this pattern, help it kind of get down into the zone. Once you get that up to the front here, I just use my fingernail and pinch it off. And then I'll compress it back together. Next step, take some black thread, start it just behind the eye of the hook, work it down over the top of this lead wire that I just tied in. Build myself a good little underbody and just kind of a good base to work from. Next we're going to take some brown super floss and tie that in for some tail. Kind of get those set and split. Then we'll take some black chenille, tie that in. We'll work our thread back up to about 2/3 up the shank, and then we'll start tying in our legs. First I'll put the legs on the far side in. And then on closest to me. Finally, the middle legs. Now these don't have to be tied in absolutely perfect because you're going to spread them with the chenille. Once I do that, I bring my thread forward to just behind the eye of the hook. Something that really helped me is pulling these leg fibers towards the eye and doing a couple of wraps of thread just kind of to hold them in place. And I do them in sequence as I'm going to release them. So I do the first ones, then I do the middle ones, and then I'll do the rear legs. Now as you can see, it kind of pulls them out of the way, gives you free space to wrap that chenille forward. So now I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping the chenille. Build myself a nice body to this fly. Unwrap those first legs, pull them back, unwrap my second set of legs, pull those into place, and finally my front set. Then I'll capture my chenille off with a few turns of my thread over the top, a few in front, and I'll trim off my extra. Next step, I'm going to tie in my antenna. Pull them forward towards the eye, a couple of turns, and I'll really snug them down. Now don't worry about your legs, you'll be able to adjust those here after. Final step, whip finishing. Now this intimidates a lot of people. The key with these flies is just forget that the legs are even there. You'll pick them out here after you get your whips in. Okay, so I went around 3 times. Pick those out, pull them down, trim off my thread. Now, you got all these legs kind of everywhere. Final step is we're going to go ahead and trim them up. And trim all the center legs together by just pulling them straight up. judging how long you want them, and just cutting straight across. And that is a Pat's rubber leg.